I call linear. And these over here are called residual. Which one do you think are the most powerful? Now, at the beginning of my career, I didn't know there was a distinction between streams of income. Now, is your income linear or residual? Here's the question that you need to ask yourself to tell whether or not your income is one or the other. Question number one, how many times do you get paid for every hour you work? If you answered only once, then your income is linear. 1 hour of effort equals 1 unit of money, one time. Now, here's another way to explain it. When you earn your money, do you have to be present? Do you have to be there to earn it? If so, that's linear. If you're not there, neither is your paycheck. Now, what is residual? This is what we want to talk about now. It's getting paid multiple times for every hour you work. Most salaried people are linear. They only get paid once. But wealthy people, most of them are residual. They get paid many, many times for every hour they work. And that's the secret. So let's talk about this residual income. That's the powerful income that we want to add to your life. You see, residual income is getting paid so many times that you sometimes can't even count it. For example, I published a book in 1980 called Nothing Down, and it was since reissued in 1985 and then again in 1990. Well, I want to tell you, I worked hard for several months writing Nothing Down. I put in maybe 1,000 hours total that year. And for most of that time, I got paid almost nothing for all of my effort. The first advance for my book was only $3,750, which worked out to be less than minimum wage. People working at McDonald's earned more than me. I was overworked and underpaid, but remember, this wasn't salary. This wasn't linear income. I owned this stream of income. This was residual income, you see, because I had negotiated for a royalty, a small piece of every book sale forever. The time I spent was fixed, but the earning potential was unlimited. Now, about 20 years later, I've already earned over $3 million from the sales of Nothing Down, which means that each of those original 1,000 hours has earned me over $3,000 an hour, and it's still counting because every 6 months I still get nice royalty checks. That's the power of residual income. It keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. In essence, I've been paid hundreds, even thousands of times for every hour I spent investing in this stream of income. Do you see the difference? Linear income is limited. Residual income is unlimited. Linear income is temporary. Residual income is permanent. Linear income takes full-time effort, and you don't have time for anything else. But residual income is passive and can be maintained with part-time effort. If your income is linear, you're just renting yourself out to the highest bidder. If your income is residual, you own that stream, and you can decide what you want to do with it. Many people who make linear income are prisoners. They are stuck there earning income. But people who make residual income can have their checks sent to a mailbox in Tahiti because these kinds of streams are portable. They're on automatic pilot and flow whether or not you're present. Your goal is to add multiple streams of residual income to your life. Why? Because once you have a stream up and running, you now have time freedom to focus on something else, like adding another stream of residual income. The secret of the wealthy is not that they have more money, but that they have more time freedom because their streams are residual. They have time to spend on anything they want, even more streams of income. Now, here's something that most people don't realize, because lots of the people we look upon as successful are just like the rest of us. They earn linear income, too. Doctors and dentists, they don't earn residual income from their labors. Their income potential is capped. It's limited. They can only see so many patients in a day, and they have to be there for every single one of them. That's linear. The same holds true for top real estate salespeople or chiropractors and many attorneys. Most of them don't enjoy the power of residual income either. They appear to be rich, but they are on the treadmill just like the rest of us. And unless they do something about it, they're stuck, just like we are. There's only one way to demonstrate what I mean by residual income, and that's to show you what I mean. Let's cut away to a recent seminar. Yeah, because we're going to be sweating here in a minute. This is the way it is for most people. They're on have you ever walked up a down escalator? How many of you ever walked up a down escalator? See, raise hands on that. How many of you done it lately? Oh, you guys still got some kids out in the audience there, right? You did it with your kids, didn't you? Okay, when you walk up and down escalator, what happens? You don't get anywhere. You kind of stay in place, don't you? Because, as it goes there, you just kind of stay in place, right? Now, our whole economy is a down escalator. Did you know that? Because every year we have inflation, don't we? And what happens at the end of the first year? We have 5% inflation, so what do we have to do? We have to work 5% harder to stay in the same place, right? So we're making the money. It looks like we're rich, but we're working a little bit harder than we ever worked before. This is kind of crazy. All right. Well, okay, now what is it like for people who are on residual income? Let me demonstrate those for you. They're on the up escalator. Okay, so we're over here, and we see those people on that up escalator. Okay, well, we go through a recession, and our spouse loses his job, and so we got to work twice as hard to stay in place, right? Okay. Now we're going into debt on our credit card. The credit card is 18% interest, so we only make it 3% at the bank, so we got to work a little bit harder. What happens if we quit working? What happens? You got nothing left. Now, what happens if this person quits working? See, that's the best way I can describe linear income. We'll have a 10-minute break now. Well, if residual income is so important, what are the many ways to earn it? Interest on bonds and dividends on stocks,